Moving on to 2311 Racing, starting with Bubba Wallace. It was announced today actually that Moneyline is going to be sponsor for multiple races, so they took Penske's sponsor. Um, Expectation-wise for Bubba, I think he has to win a race. I think he has to run close to Kurt Busch. Um,
Yeah,
I think it's a put up or shut up kind of year, and I hope he put up. I hope he like
yeah.
I hope he contends. I don't think he's gonna make the final four. I think he needs to be close to making the playoffs. Uh, he's got to be close to Kurt. We know how good Kurt Busch is. I feel like everyone's expectations for Kurt Busch is kind of high. Uh, it's like they're gonna be in the same equipment. You can't expect Kurt to win three races. Like, well, as long as Bubba wins one, it's fine. Like, no. Like, if Bubba deserves to be here, which is a pretty high quality ride, he's got to start performing on the track. Last year was tough. It was expected to be tough. There was no practice. It was a whole new team in general. This year, like, they're going for broke. Like, I think Denny and Michael Jordan want to see the 23 or 45 win the championship. You know what I mean? Like, that's their goals right now is, yo, you guys got to make playoffs. We got to win races. Like, we have expectations this year.
Yeah, here's another thing too is the last ever since Bubba's been in the Cup Series, he's been what the only driver for the team, and so now it's his first time with a teammate, and then your teammate's Kurt Busch,
It's also the
and
best
you
teammate you could have.
and you have practice, and so what's Kurt Busch great at? He's great at setting drivers up to be able to succeed. So I think those two being together, Bubba getting practice, having qualifying, both of them having everybody having to deal with a new car. I just think that's going to be a winning formula for this team. I think this team at least wins four races. It's hard to say. You don't know which driver will win what of those four. But yeah, I do see this team at least tripling their win total last year, if not more.
Yeah, I think Bubba has to. Like, I feel like we haven't been this hard on a driver all this whole time, but I think Bubba's in a situation where if he underperforms, it's gonna like kind of prove the haters right. Um, and I think he knows that. I think the team knows that. It's like at some point the excuses got to stop. Last year, and I'm not even saying from Bubba, but just like from the fan base, from everybody. Last year was a new team. There's no practice. You got practice this year. The team is clearly confident in themselves enough to expand and bring in someone like Kurt Busch. You don't bring in Kurt Busch if you don't think you can win races. You know what I mean? And Kurt Busch doesn't
Yeah,
go anywhere if he doesn't think he can win races. Like this is probably the last contract he gets. Like he might get a slight extension after this, but I don't think he goes to another team. Like Kurt Busch is up there in age. Like I think this is a results year.
yeah. Plus, too, I think with Bubba, it's just everybody says that first one's always the hardest. You get that first one right at the end of the year. So you don't really have much to show off. I mean, at Kansas, he's running top 10. Getting yelled at by Kyle Busch on the radio. So I mean,
Yeah, Bubba ran really good like the last third of the year.
exactly. So I mean, I feel like since he got that first one off, but it was so late in the year, I feel like he could take where he was at the last third of the year and be able to build on that momentum. And as long as Corey LaJoy doesn't wreck him out 5 laps in,
Yeah.
you know, and I think he should be able to go somewhere with it. Obviously, I feel like for sure both of them make the playoffs. I just don't know, how far they go in the playoffs. I'll probably say round of 12 for Bubba.
Round of 12
If he
for
can,
Bubba, round of 8 Kurt.
if he can get a win in the round of 16. But obviously, yeah, round of 12 for or round of 8 for Kurt.
Yeah, so I feel like we have high expectations for Bubba, but it's not because we don't believe in him. I think it's just you have to this year.
Yeah,
Like he's a veteran in the sport now. Like he's been in Cup since 2018. This is the best opportunity he's had, and we say that every year. It's like, man, this is the best opportunity Bubba's had, but it really is. Like 2311, he is the genuinely like the best teammate you could have. Like, Kurt is known for helping out his teammates. He's known for, like, raising and building an operation. Like, I don't think Chastain does nearly as well last year if anybody else is in the one car. I don't know if Trackhouse picks him up this year if Kurt wasn't his teammate. Like, he definitely installed some confidence in Chastain. He helped him out a little bit. This is all stuff that Chastain has said. So, but yeah, moving on to Kurt. We already kind of mentioned this. I'm looking at the sponsors on that car. And, Money Lion's going to be there for a couple races. Sirius XM for a couple races. McDonald's for a couple races. He's back with Billy Scott. Like, this is looking like a good year for that 45 car.
Yeah, I feel like Kurt got who he wanted. Not just having the owners paired. First of all, I feel like he went because I feel like him and Billy did pretty good.
Yeah, that goes back to the Stuart Haas days.
Yes, exactly. Like this is like back. About to be 2018 after Tony Gibson retired, but I feel like they went out and won Bristol together, the night race. So
in 2018,
I feel like
he almost made the Final Four.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And so I think that was a great race too. That's probably the best race I've ever attended in person. Getting back to the point, I do feel like Kurt is probably in one of the best positions he's been in since he's won the championship in 2004.
And he's been with a lot of good teams, so that's saying something.
Yes. But now, does his old age show up here? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Still, it's there. Father Time always shows up.
I think Kurt Busch is the kind of guy who's like just smart enough that he puts as much energy in the car and into the race as he needs to, so he doesn't like wear himself out. You know what I mean? Like you ever see him after the races? Like he is like just shining while everyone else is like passed out. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out our video. If you want to hear more from us, you can check out our podcast Mirror Drivin on all platforms that have podcasts, whatever platform you prefer. We're there. Check us out. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. The full version of the clip you heard today is in its entirety on whatever podcast platform you want to listen to. So be sure to check us out. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Preview.